Hello everyone, John Tricker 12 back here again with another video, and yes, it's time for another Comic-Con video. I stated in my previous video that I was going to do some Comic-Con stuff, some recap stuff, so basically, I'm back to square one. Today I'm talking about Avengers Age of Ultron, the Marvel Studios panels. Basically, I'm not going to talk about everything because Marvel, just like Warner Brothers, kind of dropped the ball. They didn't really show a lot of stuff. They had the decency to sit and talk, obviously, but at the end of the day, they didn't really show anything amazing. They didn't show real crazy stuff. They showed some awesome stuff, and the entire cast showed up. But, I guess we'll have to wait till next year to see something mind-blowing. And, of course, Joss Whedon wasn't there, which is sad. But, it is what it is. It's not that humongous of a deal, but it just is what it is. But, technically, I'm going to start off with Age of Ultron stuff and then work my way with other Marvel Studios panel stuff. Basically, the whole cast showed up. Everybody was crazy. The biggest thing that I really liked was James Brolin showing up. I don't really know why he showed up with the rest of the Age of Ultron cast. I don't think it was necessary, but it was pretty cool to see him, especially with the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, that gauntlet was so freaking badass. I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure they're going to go with like a CG one in the movie, I'm sure, but it was at least cool to see him with the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, come on, that was fucking awesome. I mean, I'm just saying, that was pretty fucking badass. Ben Affleck, if you show up next year, I want you to have a bat symbol on your chest, I'm telling you. Or the cow, I'm just saying. But James Brolin with the Infinity Gauntlet was pretty badass. I have to give him credit for that. Even though I'm pretty sure he won't have a humongous presence in Age of Ultron, it was still cool to see him there with the Infinity Gauntlet. So, I have to give him huge props for that. And also Robert Downey Jr. doing his usual crazy shit. He brought roses for everybody. Why he brought roses, I really don't know. I didn't really understand that shit, but basically it is what it is. He's a crazy little fuck. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the Avengers panel, all they did was pretty much just sit and talk like they usually do. Just took pictures, answered questions, all that nonsense. But the amazing thing about the Age of Ultron panel was basically they showed a humongous teaser, well, not teaser, but just humongous montage of footage. I've yet to see the footage, I'm sorry, so I'm not going to really comment that long about it. But essentially, from what I've been told, it's amazing. It's just long as hell and just shows multiple footage of just crazy stuff. You see Ultron, the Hulkbuster, Captain America possibly dying, and the entire drone army of Ultron or whatever, basically just attacking the Avengers. So basically, shit's gonna go down in Age of Ultron. Lots of people are coming up with their own rumors based off the footage we saw. Some people are saying like the Avengers could be dying. Other people are saying that time travel will be a factor in Age of Ultron and all that nonsense. I don't really know. I mean, like, I've yet to see the movie, so I can't really, the movies doesn't come out until next year, so I don't really know. I really don't have a real good topic on the whole thing. I don't a point of view rather, but but based on the footage that has been told to me, I think it's pretty badass. I mean, Age of Ultron is definitely next to Batman v Superman as most anticipated comic book movies in the coming years. So basically, that's pretty badass. They also showed release dates. They gave us more release dates for stuff. I don't really know what other type of movies they have planned. A lot of people have coming up with their own rumors, like they're doing, like a Black Panther movie, and I don't know, like another possible Iron Man 4 movie, which I don't think is necessary, but it is what it is. Obviously the Captain America 3 movie, just stuff like that. But basically, moving off Age of Ultron stuff, because like Batman v Superman, they didn't really show that much stuff. They just goofed off and fucked around and obviously showed that footage. But essentially, moving off of that, let's see. James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy didn't show up for the Comic-Con panel, so I'm just going to talk briefly about that. Basically, James Gunn sent a message that he is going to be directing Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and it is happening. Which, I don't know, I always feel it's always unnecessary to show and tell people that there's going to be a sequel to your movie prior to its release. I always find that weird. Like, does anybody else find that weird? And I'm not trying to bash Marvel. Obviously, they're good at creating release dates and making movies for them. And lots of people like to bash me when I talk about it. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to bash Marvel for what they're doing. It's all cool and awesome content, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I just feel kind of weird. I mean, like, that's either you being very, very cocky or you being very, very blind, you know, because even at the end of the day, you know, you never know when you have a sequel in your hands, you know? I mean, like, even if Guardians of the Galaxy, which actually is coming out the end of this week, on Friday, I believe, even if it does perfect, I mean, like, is it necessary to have a sequel? Especially, and I mean this, especially seeing as how Guardians of the Galaxy is not going to be joining the Avengers. I mean, like, I really don't believe that. I mean, like, they're all the way over there, and the Avengers are here on Earth, so how are they going to meet? I know they're in the same universe, but there hasn't been any, like, news on whether or not they're actually going to be together in a movie. You know, I mean, like, I don't know, that's just my speculation. I'll go further into that maybe later, but, I don't know, I just find it weird that they would want to continue making sequels to a movie that's not going to have anything with the Avengers, even though they're in the same universe. But, I don't know, that's Marvel Studios. They're trying to create, you know, an entire universe for every movie, so fuck it. Not a big deal. But the second biggest thing that they showed at Comic-Con next to Age of Ultron on the Marvel side of stuff was Ant-Man. Yes, they finally brought in Ant-Man cast and crew. They showed us the official poster for Ant-Man. And hell, they even showed us two really awesome stuff, which is teaser footage for the movie, and the actual helmet that Paul Rudd's going to be wearing during the movie, which is mind-blowing. I mean, that was pretty awesome. I mean, like, no offense to anybody, but I like the helmet. It looks pretty badass. I mean, I've never been a humongous fan for Ant-Man. I never was, because I always thought he looked too goofy. Like, he just belonged in, like, a cartoon, never really in a movie. But the helmet looks pretty badass. It looks really metallic and chromed. It looks fucking badass. And, you know, it feels like a good touch of comic booky with, you know, really good live-action realism. It looks fucking awesome. So, the teaser footage, however, just like Age of Ultron, I've yet to see. I haven't really heard any, like, people describing it, so I really don't know what the Ant-Man footage is all about. But in the end of the day, all I have to say is, I'm for Ant-Man. I'm all for Ant-Man, and I know a lot of people have been bitching at it, myself included. I just want to make my stance on the whole Ant-Man thing clear, especially to all comic book fans, because apparently, so I hear, a lot of people bashed some people from the Ant-Man panel. A lot of people were bashing them because, you know, people are obviously at odds with Ant-Man. People were like, oh, it's going to fail. Oh, it's stupid. Oh, it's just going to be a horrible movie. Oh, Edgar Wright should have directed this. The new director's a schmuck. Fuck him. You know, a lot of people have been bitching, myself included. I mean, like, yes, I would have liked to see Edgar Wright directed, but just because he's not, does it mean Ant-Man's technically going to be terrible? No, we still have yet to see actual footage of the movie, an actual trailer for the movie, so we don't know if it's going to be awesome or just complete crap. Now, I've talked about this a lot, especially in the podcast. Look, I'm not against the Ant-Man. I'm not against the Ant-Man movie. I was super psyched about it, but the second Edgar Wright left the picture, I was really let down with it. But basically, at this point in time, after seeing the stuff at Comic-Con, and seeing, like, the enthusiasm with, like, Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas and stuff, I'm all for it, you know, like, I'm not, like, completely for it, like the other movies, but I'm still interested. I'm interested, at best. I'm enthusiastic about the thing. I'm just saying, like, I get where people are coming from, but at the end of the day, it's best to be respectful of what people are doing. You know, like, you can't shit on people prior to, you know, seeing them in action, you know. Shit on them after you see the movie. Unless, you know, that's what I'm saying. But that's just my personal thoughts. The helmet looks awesome. I don't really know if it was necessary for them to show off this early, but it was still cool to see what it was. The poster, I think the helmet looks way better than the poster. The poster, a lot of people are kind of hyping it. A lot of people like it a little too much. I personally don't hate it, but I think it could have been a lot better. I just like the helmet more. The helmet just looks so badass. It's just fucking cool. I would love to have that on my fucking work desk. I mean, it would just be awesome. But essentially, guys, I guess that's gonna be it. Yeah. Also, Deadpool. Yes, I almost forgot about that. Deadpool. They showed the official Deadpool test footage for a supposed Deadpool movie, which was actually pretty badass. I actually saw the footage, and to tell you the truth, I don't know, I get the feeling I've seen that footage before. I get the feeling that I technically saw it before, and I get that feeling because, allegedly, this was test footage, CG test footage, rather, for a Deadpool solo movie that they were trying to do with Ryan Reynolds, obviously, because he was doing the voice. They were trying to do a movie with him back in, like, early 2011, and it's been on hiatus for a while, obviously, but I guess that's why the animation looks the way it does and why the footage looks the way it does. I mean, I don't know, for some reason, I just get the feeling I've seen that footage before. I don't know how or when, I just get the feeling I saw it before. But basically, the Deadpool footage, a lot of people have been speculating, like, oh, is there going to be a Deadpool movie? Is Marvel still working on it? Is this the official, footage for that movie? A lot of people have been speculating. My stance is, if this is all test footage, but if there's going to be an actual movie with Ryan Reynolds, the person who fucked up twice, basically, I'm all for it. Fuck it. I mean, like, the footage that I saw was badass. If the movie's anything like that footage, where it should be, have Deadpool look the way he does in the comics, be self-aware, break the fourth wall, I'm all for it. Fuck it. I'm just saying, if Marvel Studios has the gall to make another Punisher movie, why not just make a Deadpool, solo movie? That would be way better in comparison to a Punisher movie. That's just my opinion. But anyways, that's going to be it for the Marvel side of stuff. There wasn't really big major stuff besides the footage we got to see, and of course the Ant-Man stuff. But basically, all of it's great content. Comic-Con did it again. They did a good job. But at the end of the day, it is all my opinions. They're my personal thoughts. But tell me your personal thoughts in the comment section below. Please tell me, what did you disagree with? What did you agree with anything I stated? And plus, tell me what you thought about the Age of Ultron stuff, the Age of Ultron footage, if you had seen it. Obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy getting a sequel. Tell me your thoughts on that. The Deadpool test footage. Tell me your personal thoughts on that. And of course, tell me whether or not you're on board or overboard with Ant-Man. Please tell me that. And of course, I hope everyone has enjoyed. And this has been John 12.